Welcome back to Astrology, Angels, and more. I think you're really going to enjoy the show tonight because what we're going to be talking about is a lot about angels. But first of all, let's talk about Sagittarius. Beautiful Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac, with lucky Jupiter, the luckiest planet of all in the zodiac, as its ruler. Sagittarians are very lucky people, very lucky. No matter whatever happens with a Sagittarius, some way or another, they always rise to the top. The color purple is associated with the sign of Sagittarius, and tanzanite and amethyst are Sagittarius gems. That's the lucky stones for Sagittarius. Sagittarians are adventurous and do things in a very big way. They're outgoing, enjoy travel, and inclined to be very successful. And lucky Sagittarius. It's really my favorite sign of the zodiac. On December 4th, and today is December the 2nd, 2021, but 2 days from now, but we're already feeling the effects of it. And you'll be feeling the effects of this for a while. And the reason is because what I'm going to talk about is the Sagittarius new moon, which is also a very powerful solar eclipse. This is a total eclipse. And the sun in Sagittarius will be blocking all light which would be visible in certain parts of the world. This will create significant global shifts and tangible physical changes that may detrimentally affect even a whole nation. Actually, the day that I was writing this, because what I'm reading to you is actually in my column on my website, hopehypnosis.com. It's the special planetary aspects that I write about and talk to you about every month. So the day that I was writing this is actually on November 28th. And that's when the earthquake had happened, affecting Peru, Brazil, Colombia, and Ecuador. This eclipse is extremely powerful and can affect us physically and psychologically. So many people I've noticed, especially the last few days, have been telling me about the very unusual dreams they've been having. Very unusual dreams. And this is the energy from this eclipse. Now, in order to manage this intense period of time, we need to hold on to our own light through the context of hope. And you'll be hearing on tonight's show a lot about hope and love. After all, it is the holiday season. And this is also a time when changes may occur in our lives. Any eclipse can create change. But this is the kind of change where we could see that what we really need is different than what we thought we needed. Revelations may occur now, making more sense of a situation than before. But since Mercury is conjunct this eclipse, not that Mercury is retrograde, no, not yet, but since Mercury is conjunct this eclipse, it may serve you well to check specific details on any situation, since some confusion may occur. Now, on December 19th, though, the Gemini full moon shows us that we always have options, There's two ways of looking at everything. Explore all your options. Don't just settle for the first thing that comes along. The extreme and brilliant light of this full moon can intensify our emotions. Be aware of that. Since lucky Jupiter, the planet of blessings and good fortune, trines this full moon. A trine in astrology is the best, luckiest aspect of all. And lucky Jupiter is trining this Gemini full moon. So things start to take shape in a beautiful, beautiful way. It's the second half of this month that's really divine. It is also in a separating T-square with Neptune, which is allowing any confusion that has been individually, worldwide even, to finally lift. I suggest very strongly that during this full moon, this brilliant full moon, you go outside and you enjoy that brilliant light of the full moon and allow that light to come down into your heart, into your soul, because it's going to be shining down a beautiful angelic light on the earth, giving us joy and peace, so very badly needed at this time. Now, on December the 21st, though, the Capricorn winter solstice arrives, which is the longest night of the year. It's about celebrating rebirth of creation. The days start to get a little longer, and the sun begins to shine a little brighter. It symbolizes hope and the positive aspect of life. The winter solstice has enormous impact on us all. And now, I'd also like to talk about, as I do every December, the three wise men, the Magi. And you know, the three wise men were actually astronomers and astrologers. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later in the show with our guest. I'm really looking forward to bringing him on, and you're going to very much enjoy what he has to say. He's a profound healer, and right now we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking more about how hopeful this month is and looking ahead. And we'll also be talking about the Magi and the angels. You're really going to enjoy this show. Thank you. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I have our wonderful guest here tonight that I would like to introduce, Thomas Knights Templar. He's the producer and host of God's Way YTVY, a very well-known show. Welcome, Tommy.
How you doing, Mary? Thanks for having me here as a guest on your show. And let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's get the show on the road, especially, you know, I mean, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, my favorite time of year.
Right. Hanukkah, the time of light. So I asked you to be on the show because I really wanted to talk about angels.
Angels, well.
Yeah, and you and I have wonderful conversations about angels, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay. So, but earlier I had been talking about the three wise men. Mm-hmm. And when you and I have talked about the three wise men before, we both agree they were astrologers and astronomers. And yeah. So what's your input about that?
The three were divinely chosen for the task of agreeing to come to find the Savior, you could say. All right. Which was born to Mary and Joseph in the manger. Everybody knows the story, even if you're not Catholic, even if you're not Christian, everybody knows the story.
Yes.
Okay? They were divinely guided, they were wealthy, all kings, and they went into the land to find the birthplace of the Savior. Okay? They were experts on the stars and their alignments, and they wanted to meet the Savior and you could say the deliverer of the Jews, born in Bethlehem, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
basically that's the story there.
Yes, it is.
But they were divinely guided. Everybody played a part in this, was chosen by God to play their role, and this was their role. They seen the alignments in the stars, and they all came together to come to the Holy Land and find the Savior.
Yes, that's what the Star of Bethlehem actually is. It isn't just one star.
No.
It's actually several planets and stars that had lined up in a certain way that was the indication of the coming of the Savior.
But didn't recently we had that?
Yes, we did last year, actually, on my show. We were talking about that, about the alignment of the Star of Bethlehem again. And that's why it's very important, because we still have that beauty of that light shining. And we're also now at this point in the age of Aquarius.
Yes.
We've already moved into Aquarius last year too. So, but we're only in the beginning.
Yeah, we had all the bumps and bruises
stages.
we're still getting now.
Yeah, I know, but see, because we're only in the beginning of the stages of it. Well, you're a Sagittarius. I was talking about Sagittarius in this new moon, this solar eclipse. This is your solar eclipse. No, this is your solar eclipse, because you're a Sagittarian. And, so you should probably notice some very nice changes that should happen for you this month.
I will be playing lotto, trust me.
Well, you're lucky.
Well, that's right now after what you read off, yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, it's the truth. You are. You're very, very lucky. But I really wanted to talk to you tonight about the angels. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We always have a great conversation on this.
Yes, we do. I mean, actually, even before the taping, we were sitting here and talking back and forth about all the angels. That's just something that we do, right?
Yes, it is.
All the time.
It is.
Talking about, we have that in common. So who we have front and center here is Archangel Gabriel. This is the Christmas angel.
That's right.
Right. And what do you have to say about Gabriel?
Gabriel is the messenger of God.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one that made the announcement, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And he's the one of the spirit of the holiday. He brings forth that love and that special bonding of family.
Yes.
That you need to have, and especially at this time of year when people have reflected on the last couple of years that we've had, and it has really been upsetting to many. It has been certainly upsetting to me, and but I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think Gabriel will be leading us into the new year and into a new way, heading out.
Well, he's the angel of hope, Johnny.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. He's going to lead us out of this procession of misery that we've been through, and then see the light. Yeah,
I think that perhaps maybe a lot of people don't realize how strong of an angel, an archangel, that Archangel Gabriel is. Actually, what his name means is the strength of God.
Strength of God, yes.
Strength of God. So, yes, Archangel Michael, who we'll be talking about too, right? We both love Michael so much.
Yes.
And he is the warrior.
Michael's he's the military wing, him and Uriel.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't want to use the military, but he's the enforcer. He's the enforcer.
Well, this is Michael. Right,
it's the strength. Whenever you need strength or resolve in an issue, Michael's the angel you want to call upon.
Oh, yeah, well, he's the warrior. Well,
And
he's the one
you
who...
notice the balance on here in
Yeah.
the scales?
Yes.
That's the balance, temperance, and love.
And the sword.
The sword
Warrior.
the sword is basically the word of God.
And
The
look at
right-handed
how
father.
look at how he holds back evil. See under his foot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's holding back evil.
He's got Satan in his grips.
Absolutely, absolutely. So whenever you feel threatened in any way in your life or you need strength, call upon Archangel Michael. Absolutely, absolutely. And the color blue is
Associated with him, yes.
associated with Michael. And lapis lazuli, the stone of lapis lazuli, works very well.
Lapizuli?
Lapis lazuli. You like lapis lazuli. I love lapis lazuli.
We have this sort of linguish thing going on.
Yes. Oh, here we go. So I know who you're going to talk about next. Okay, very strong, huge angel. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about him, especially with what you showed me.
We'll get them, but we need to go to Chamuel because he's
We
here
really
with us.
do. I know, but I see you looking at the other one over
I love
here.
that
Oh,
statue.
yeah, I know. Anyway, Tommy brought me this beautiful gift today, this beautiful heart. And why don't you explain why you brought this heart today for me? Thank you so much, Tommy.
I saw it and I immediately heard the heart and love of Shamuel. And both Mary and I love Archangel Shamuel.
Oh, yes.
Because we love love and we love people to feel love and be around love is the best thing for you, particularly at this time of year, but every day of the year. Make every day be Christmas and feel that love that you feel now. Okay, some people, right after Christmas, I mean the 26th, and they're right back into the doldrums because like all the build up to the holiday and then nothing. You know, and then what's New Year's? The birth of a new year. It's never been a holiday that I celebrate or care about. All right, it's just the beginning of something. What I care about is new beginnings. Okay, and if you would celebrate New Year's as new beginnings and a new path going forward in life that betters your life, your family, and everybody around you. And if you think you don't affect people around you, you do, even if you don't know them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we look at it as a rebirth. And every year you get the same chance on New Year's. That's the only thing that should be celebrated.
Well, I'm really looking forward to 2022. I'm really looking forward to it. No, I really am. Seriously, because you and I have talked about it astrologically. I've been following, this whole situation in reference to Pluto, etc. All the stars for the United States, for the world. For more than 20 years that I've been following that particular aspect of it, and 2022 is going to get better. It's going to get better.
It's the start of the new age of Aquarius.
Yeah, but it's
that's because
gonna get
Aquarius
better.
is going to be in full. This first year of Aquarius has been Pisces, little tidbits.
Inching along.
Yes.
Just
yes.
inching.
It's slower than passing the kidney stone.
Inching along. I know, but 2022, seriously, 20 years ago, I had seen that 2020 was going to be rough, and then 2022 was when we were going to really start coming out of it, and then 2024 will be out of it. And that has nothing to do politically. I'm not talking about politically. So if you're thinking that's why I'm saying it, no. I'm talking about astrologically. But let's talk a little bit about our angel of love, Archangel Shamuel. Now, you were pointing something out before because you also have this same statue.
I have the same
Archangel
statue,
Shamuel.
and I feel that I have the same sacred heart that he has.
Yes, see the heart?
Yeah.
The heart. And Tommy was pointing that
A
out.
lot of times you see depictions, especially in Catholic art, where you'll see the heart of Jesus exemplified on his chest, glowing and everything else like that. Archangel Shamuel has the heart, okay, and it's the heart of love and of blessings, and even if you want to have children, you're barren, he's the guy to go to, to help you with that situation. Archangel Raphael does that too.
Well, yeah, but
Well, many of the archangels are interchangeable.
Oh,
they could each
absolutely.
do, I mean,
We
you could
talk
have
about that
Shaman
all
be
the
the
time.
warrior like Michael,
yeah.
you know, but that's not his role. His role is to be of the love.
Yeah, but I know why you like Archangel Shamuel also.
Tell me, Mary, why?
Because that's the angel of singing, the heavenly choirs.
choir, yeah.
And you're a wonderful singer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's the truth. It's the truth. Many people say that about you. So that's another reason why I think. Because Archangel Shamuel is all joy, all the beautiful, joyful, happy, lovely things.
It's a party over here.
Music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit. You mentioned Raphael. We might as
Yes.
well talk about wonderful Raphael.
Raphael has intervened for me between September, the end of September, and into November. Okay, I had gotten the COVID, and I had gotten it seriously bad. And Mary was praying for me, Claudia, everybody was sending me, saying, Raphael, to come to me and help me.
Yes.
And, you know, and I'm a healer myself. And I was, you know, it's hard, not saying it's hard to work on yourself, you know, I could just talk it out like that. But this thing here, I knew that this was a created thing. This was not something that comes in nature, like catching a particular flu or something like that. This was something that was totally different. All right, and it strikes a lot of people differently, but the way it attacked me and where it was attacking me led me to believe that this was an act against me for the work I do. It was absolutely an attack. All right.
I remember you telling me that when you were sick. You told me that it attacked like certain parts of your body.
Yeah, it was attacking points that I had surgery on.
Yeah.
I never get headaches. People give me headaches, but I never get headaches. Okay? And I had a headache where it's the most unbelievable dead center in the top of my head.
Yeah.
Why? They were deliberately trying to block my crown chakra and getting power from God. So I can re-energize myself and burn this out of my body.
That's the same thing that happened to my son Daniel last year. I shared that with you. His head. And the headache that he kept, you know, and he's a very spiritual man.
Yes, I am.
Also, yeah. But look at you. You're fine, right? You're 100%.
90.
Yeah.
90.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, you're good. And I just thank God that you're healed and you didn't
thank
end up
God, and I
you didn't
thank
end up
all of them.
hospitalized or
Well, I was in the hospital.
not hospitalized.
I was
though.
hospitalized just for the one day.
Yeah.
They had to do a CAT scan because they did an EKG at urgent care, and the girl was training, and she made a mistake the way she did the wires, but the doctor wanted to be sure that that's all it was. They thought I was having an embolism, so they sent me right away to the hospital. They were going to call an ambulance, but I drove down there, and when I went there, I had to wait for the CAT scan. It came back clear, and they let me go. It's not where I wanted to be, but you know, I had great care. They took care of me very well. The nurses were wonderful there. When I told them about the EKG, they went and did one immediately. It came out perfect.
Great.
So I knew it was a mistake.
Absolutely. You had so many prayers and energetic healings being sent your way. It wasn't funny, Tommy. Let me tell you. But Raphael is, many times I find the guardian angel, in the readings that I do, I also tell a person their guardian angel. And many times what I find is that when a person is a healer, Archangel Raphael is their guardian angel.
Is associated with them, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
very, very strongly. And so now, and Raphael rules the heart also, right? Yeah, the heart chakra. So, I mean, all the angels are pure, beautiful love. Pure, beautiful, beautiful love. Let's talk a little bit about the one we were looking at over there. Okay, that originally we hadn't planned on talking about today, but look what happened to you on the way here, because this is being filmed actually on location at my office, at the Jersey Shore, Hope Hypnosis. So why don't you share with us, because you shared it with Brian and I, and Brian saw it too. Brian was in the car with you.
This is not the first time that Metadrin has showed himself to me. He sent the sacred geometry, which is on his chest there, that he's holding there. He sent that sacred geometry in a picture of the sun that I have, where you can clearly see it. All right. So Metatron had, well, she calls him Metatron, I call him Metadrin. I was told that from him, and she calls him that. To me, calling him Metatron sounds like you're calling him Voltron.
Metatron.
You know, the cartoon character. But no disrespect to you, Metatron, if that's the way you want it to be.
I love Metatron.
You are Metadrin to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so,
that's neither here nor there.
No.
It's what he does, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's a super powerful archangel. Super power.
Yeah.
All right. Joanne from Florida. That's her archangel.
Yes.
Yeah, she works with him primarily. Claudia in Canada was an excellent healer too. She works with San Raphael.
Raphael, yeah.
She says, you know why San Raphael didn't come to visit you? I said, why? Because he was at my house. That's what she tells me. But,
I know.
Anyway.
I know.
On the way down here, Brian and I, we were discussing things, and I was overlooking some notes. And I'm looking in the clouds, and I have psychic eye. When I look at the clouds, I look at things, or I look at sand, I look at anything at the beach. I see formations. I see them trying to communicate with me. And there's Metadrin in the cloud. Wings expanded, out there, powerful. And I knew it was him. At first I thought it could have been Michael, but I knew it was him.
That picture you showed me, it was undeniable.
Yeah.
It was him.
I mean, every time...
The wingspan. Because see his wings too?
Yeah.
You know? He's different. He has a different kind of an energy than the other angels, because he walked on the earth.
His wings, that's right.
Right.
His wings is like, it was him and there's another, Melchizedek. Both of them were earthbound. Michael's wings, if you notice, have lips, the wingtips that flare up.
All the angels lined up here, actually, all the angels that I've shown you. See the difference between the wings? Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gabriel, kind of like, well, that's because Gabriel is the messenger on earth.
He's the messenger.
And that's why, yeah. You know, this is a very important point, what we're talking about their wings.
You see, because
I don't think people ever notice that.
Gabriel, Metatron, I said it. Gabriel,
You said Metatron?
I said Metatron for you.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
If you look at their wings.
Hear that, Joanne?
Listen, if you look at their wings and you call them to help you, ask them to shroud you in their wings. Their wings are definitely made for shrouding.
Look at that. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
To shroud you and embrace you in their light, all right, and to fill you with their energy, their love, their forgiveness, their kindness, all the beneficial things that we get from the angels. Remember, the angels were created by God to help you through this walk on this path. You've been down this path many, many times. It's time that you wake up and you realize that they are here to help you. All angels, not only the archangels, you got cherubim, you got your guardian angels. Yeah, I mean, you got this like, I don't know, 5 or 6 different
Even the
groups.
little cupids. You know,
The little cherubim. Yeah. They all serve
Yeah.
a purpose. If you call upon them, they will be there for you.
Yeah.
You know? So don't go walking down your path always feeling that you're alone. You're not alone.
You're never alone. You are never, ever alone. I mean, how many stories have we heard, huh? Just between the two of us, from people
just
who
the
have had
interaction that's happened to us.
experiences. Oh, just look at what's
With
our lives.
With Archangel Zachiel, who's not depicted here.
Right.
But Archangel Zachiel is my...
That's your guardian
He's
angel.
my guardian angel.
Yes.
And he came to me in a dream, and he was huge. Now, I'm not a little guy, I'm not a tremendous sized guy. But when my hand went in his hand and he walked me through my mansions, my hand disappeared in his hand. It would be like I'm holding my grandson and we're walking. His hand disappears in my hand. All right. And he was showing this, and he was such a mighty angel. You could feel the strength. Archangel Zadkiel is the one that helps you to have clarity of mind. If you feel brain fog, like I've been feeling because of that thing, you call on Archangel Zadkiel.
Right.
He's the one of the mind. He's the one of intelligence. You know, he does all of this.
He's the alchemist.
Yes.
He's the one who can change any situation like that. Okay, and Zadkiel loves amethyst, which I noticed
Which
Brian
is
had put a little piece of
right
amethyst
there.
right there.
Not
It
only-
turned out it's right by you.
Not only is it right by me, but the beautiful part of it is that he's on the 7th ray.
Yes.
All right, he's on the violet ray of Saint Germain.
Yes.
Okay, and they work in concert.
Well, Saint Germain, you know, there's the violet flame that also creates tremendous change.
Yes.
And if you don't understand that, I suggest maybe you look into it. It's called the violet flame of Saint Germain.
Have you ever listened to Elizabeth Clare?
Yeah, absolutely, Prophet.
Prophet. I couldn't think of her last name.
Yes.
I knew it had something to do with money,
Yes.
but I didn't know what
Well,
it was.
she's the best one with the violet flame.
Yes.
Yeah, because something happens in her voice. The actual tones.
It gets very fast.
Yeah,
Listen, if I could speak that fast, the way she does,
it's rapid.
it's rapid and it turns into its own melody.
Yes.
You know, don't listen to the words per se. Listen to the pulse of what she's saying. It sounds just like
Yeah.
that. And
Yep.
the way it goes,
goes so fast.
It's almost hypnotic.
It is hypnotic.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, and I know there are many groups, the Aborigines, okay,
Right.
that they would do certain chants to get them to, you know, come into heavenly beings.
Absolutely.
All right, and they know the frequency it's got to go at.
Absolutely.
That's why shaman, as yourself, you'll use the little drum with the thing to get that frequency.
Yeah, well, I have that one next door, but I also have the bells.
I love this.
That we were.
I love this, and she's going to do it. She's going to do it. Now, for those of you who have little children at home, it's not good humor. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's not good humor. Okay, when I do a shamanic healing on one of my clients, what I use is actually, you know, many different tools, but one of which that I always finish up with is the masculine and the feminine bells, and that's these. These are from Peru. Okay.
Send it out.
That's just a quick little balancing and healing for you. Okay, my gift to you.
I feel that. I feel that. Wow.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? The vibration
I feel
of that.
all around me.
Well, you could feel it too
Yeah.
in your crown chakra, but anyway. But you know, I do a lot of drumming and rattling, in my sessions and in my Native American. Well, I combine North American, South American, and
Southwestern.
and Inca, actually, if you want to know. Okay, Peruvian medicines. No, I do, because hey, you know, the more the better, right? The more the merrier.
What people don't understand is the indigenous people in South America, North America, especially the southwestern part of the United States, and the Native American culture, even up to into Canada.
Yes.
My
husband
are in total synchronicity with land, with Gaia,
Yes.
with Mother Gaia, and that's why they are very, very intuitive, very blessed. Okay, with the ability to see things that the average person who has no time for anything else but get up, go to work, come home, have dinner, go to bed, watch TV, and fall asleep.
It's called connected.
Yes.
And
They're
this is what
bonded
is
to the land. They're bonded.
this is really desperately needed.
If there's any time that this is desperately needed,
Please.
I know it's winter time outside, but you know what? Go outside, take off your shoes and socks, stand on the grass, connect to God, to Gaia, connect to God, and know that you are an energy portal that brings in energy, God's energy through your body. Just like the earth has the energy that comes to mix the magnetic fields around it, you are the same thing.
Right.
You are the same thing. You are a vessel. And you're supposed to carry the energy of God, not neglect it and not turn your nose up to it. This is what you need to do. You need to reconnect. The more people that we can get to reconnect to who they are, the more this craziness of this lunacy right now goes away.
We all picked to be born at this particular time.
Because
And the reason,
we're at war.
yes, and the reason that we picked to be born, we all have a purpose. Each individual has a purpose. You might not think you do, but you do. Even if it is just spreading hope, love. Even if it is just during this holiday season, you send a beautiful Christmas card to someone showing love.
With a personal
you know?
sentiment, not only the one that
Yeah,
comes in
right.
the card, with a personal sentiment.
Right.
I really miss you. It's been too long. You don't know how much I love
So
and think
important.
about you. And blah, blah, blah. Send
So
something from the heart.
important.
It's
So
worth more than anything you could spend money on. Okay? To tell somebody you love them. I try to do that every day.
Very, very important. I mean, when I see someone, like even the lady in the bank, I notice that she had a different hairdo and I say how pretty it is. You know, I mean, that's very important for people. You know, you just have to just really give.
When you help somebody or you present a person with a compliment like that, okay, that's paying it forward. But remember one thing, not only is that making them feel better, but it blesses you. Be that who blesses others, for you will be blessed. Be not what judges people, for you will be judged.
This
All right?
is very
This
true.
is biblically sound, what I'm telling you. All right, so think about your words, because your words have weight. In the Bible it says, by your words you create. And believe me when I tell you, you certainly do. If you have a lousy life going, it's because you have created it with that thing that's opened up in the middle of your face. All right? Learn to filter your words. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it.
Ask Archangel
Gabriel for that.
That he's the messenger.
Yes.
And he's the one that really rules that, your communication. And you know, Archangel Gabriel, like, you know, you notice like the holiday cards and stuff like that. You always see Gabriel with his horn.
I told you about that.
Right? I know. We were with his horn. And I was showing you another angel that I have here that's Hope. Her name is Hope.
Hope,
and
yeah.
she has that horn.
She has a horn.
Right?
The horn is the sound of the horns of Gabriel, sound of the horns of the angels, the glorious triumphant.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's spread that.
Well, we're going to do that.
spread
A friend of mine who was in nursing school at the time, okay, her cousin was in the Boston Marathon, the one that had the bombing.
Oh my gosh.
And her mother was up there too.
Oh.
Now, she had to study for this test because if you fail more than one test, you're out of the program. So she was so worried about her family that she wasn't studying. Now, she's a very smart girl to begin with, but she wasn't, you know, studying. So finally, after the race was over, after bombing and everything else like that, hours later, she got in touch with her mother and her cousin, and they were fine. But in the meantime, now it's late, and she's going to have to cram, and she's going to have to be out at school early. So I was talking to her, and she says, "Can you help me?" So I sent her the angels of this particular test, what she was going to be doing, to help her, okay, get through this. And I sent her Archangel Gabriel. All right, because he's the messenger.
Yes, he is.
He brings the messages to God and brings the message from God back down to her. Okay?
Yes.
She went to go take that test, and I told her, confidence is the key here. Know that you've received the angelic help, thank them, and go forth and take your test.
And have that confidence, because then you create it.
That's right.
Right. You believe it then. And then that's what confidence is, believing.
That's right. She had gotten an 87 on the test.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, nearly a 90 without studying. Now, yes, she is a smart girl, and she's a nurse today. However, she comes with me, she says, "Tom, let's go for a walk. I feel really good. Let's go for a walk." So this is a park by my house on Staten Island, and we went there. Each lap around the place is about 3 miles, okay? So we started walking on that, and all sorts of little things start happening. A sparrow flies over my right shoulder, lands in front of us. Now you're talking about the path is about 1,000 yards straight down. And it starts bouncing in front of me, and bouncing, and bouncing. We're walking towards the parkway that's there. And she said, that's so odd that this bird is doing that. I said, that's for you. I said, that's for you, to let you know, that's for you. We get down to the end of the path before we make the turn to go around the other side of the park. And I said, look. And there's Gabriel, and I mean, it was huge. Gabriel in the clouds with the horn.
Didn't you send me that
Yes,
picture?
I did. I don't know where, I can't find it.
What do you mean?
I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, get out of here.
I started looking
that
for-
was beautiful, because you could actually see the
You
horn.
can see him holding the horn.
Yeah.
And I said to her, that is your verification.
Absolutely.
For what happened. That's your validation for what happened.
Look for signs. Look for different signs from the angels, from your loved ones. Look for the signs, especially in the clouds. Boy, it shows up a lot from the angels in the clouds.
Well, right now, to what I've understood, because we come into the age of Aquarius, we have the sun of Fatima. And that's why I tell you, when I go down to my beach, I have sanctified for the Blessed Mother.
I love Our Lady
everything
of
comes
Fatima.
out in that sun. You know, it's plus it has Michael there, and Metadrin has been there.
Okay.
All right. It's just a real sacred place, and everybody I bring there is better for it.
Yeah.
You know, I go there and I do intercession, and I give away all negativity. I help cleanse people and get rid of their stuff, and I also send them healing. And I know the Blessed Mother will validate. She's come out in pictures that I have of the sun. Above the sun, where you can see her shroud, okay, her headdress, all right, and the white tunic that she wears underneath. And she is there.
It's true. I've seen these pictures.
And she's there.
It's true.
So, you know,
It's true.
give yourself a chance if you haven't decided to start the ascension path. And this is how you start it. You know, seek not what you learn inside. For God isn't in a building. He's not in front of wooden statues. He lives within you. Jesus died on that cross to be in you. Where man is God and God is man. You just need to recognize that. Your imagination is Jesus Christ. Because everything that you see in this world that is present was once only imagined. Neville Goddard.
It's a hologram.
Okay? Neville Goddard. I would recommend that you would listen to him or follow him. All right?
Well, you know, a lot of times people say to me, well, Mary, you know, you tell me to listen to the angels or to ask for the angels' help, but I can't see angels. You know, you see angels. I don't see angels. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You don't have to see them. They hear you. I
don't
promise.
have to see them physically.
I
Yeah.
promise. Okay, they see you. They hear you. They're right there for you.
When they were doing the prayers when I had COVID, I was in bed 7 straight days. On the third day, I dragged my keister out of bed and went to go get the antibodies. And 2 days later, I started to finally feel better. All right.
Thank God.
It's been a long path, you know. But I will tell you this much. I knew the angels were there because when Michael comes to me, or Gabriel, or Uriel, or Raphael, I see their color. But you ever see the sun shine on the ocean? You see the little diamonds it looks like? That's how they come in my room, like that. And I know they're there. And that I could peacefully close my eyes and go to sleep because I know they're looking over me. They're watching over me. I always call my sphere of angels, I call Raphael, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, okay? For the 4 points, the 4 directions. And then I have Sandalphon on the bottom and Metadrin on the top. Okay, it's the glory of God.
You're surrounded.
And I'm surrounded by them at all times. And millions of regular guardian angels that come in there.
Yeah, it isn't just the angels that we've shown you here. There are zillions out there, right, of the angels.
You got a specific...
Leagues of angels.
Legions.
Yeah.
There are more angels than there are grains of sand at the beach. So why wouldn't you call them? And God created them for you. All right? So you could have a better walk in this life. Why wouldn't you call on him? And please don't be self-doubters, because anybody who doubts and this, that, the other, you know what that is? That's your faith inverted.
Well, during the holiday season, wouldn't it be wonderful if you behave like an angel for someone, and if you know there's someone in need that you can help, you go and you do that. You should be doing that all the time anyway, but especially during the holiday season, you know, why don't you be an angel for someone, you know?
Be that what you were meant to be, a child of God. That's who you are. If you think your name means anything, it means nothing. If you think your possessions mean anything, it means nothing. If you don't love yourself, you can't give love.
You have to love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself first, then what good are you to anyone else?
That's right.
You know, and that happens lots of times with a lot of people. They're running around and doing so much, either working, taking care of their family, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and they don't take care of themselves. And if they don't take care of themselves, then, you know.
But that's because they let life happen to them instead of you happening to life.
And right.
You need to happen to life. If you think you were born because
That's a good point.
you're in this family, that doesn't mean anything. You are an individual and a child of God. Your mother and father are your earthbound parents, but God is your parent. That's who born you into this world. Okay? That's who put your soul into your body. That soul is Him inside of you. You and God are one. Learn this. One. It was profound, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Thank you very much. I'm just wondering how much time we have left so that we can figure out. Okay. So we have a little bit of time left, Tommy.
Okay.
Are there some other things that you wanted to talk about in reference to this beautiful Christmas angel, Archangel
Gabriel.
Gabriel? I
Those are
didn't
known
forget
called
his
Gabriel.
name.
We call
I
him
didn't
Gaby.
forget his name. You know, Archangel Gabriel is my granddaughter's guardian angel. And every year when I write my angel column, I always dedicate it to her. I have a beautiful picture of her when she was a baby that her mother gave me that was done in a photography studio, and she's holding pearls, and I thought that was like just so perfect because that's what Gabriel loves is pearls,
Pearls.
diamonds.
They're just showing me one thing.
Yeah.
Take the picture. I'm getting it now. Take the picture. Get an oval-shaped thing that has an angel on it. With an angel frame. And
That's
put it in there.
beautiful.
That's
See,
what they
I
just
never
said.
thought of that.
That's what they just said.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. That's good. That's very, 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 very good. So, in reference to any of the other angels that I know you had a little list
I got a
over
little
there,
slew
some
of
people
them.
that you wanted to talk about. A little bit of the angels.
When I do
What?
my prayers, I call on a lot of archangels. I call on the six I gave you, and I also call on Jophiel, Haniel, Azrael, Ariel. One little clearance that we were talking before about Azrael. A lot of people are afraid of the angel Azrael showing up, and even if they have a tarot reading and it shows up in the thing, because he's depicted as the angel of death, and he is not. He is the angel of passing and helping families, deal with
Get
their
through
loss.
it.
Get
Right.
through it. Please don't depict him as an angel of death, because he is not.
No, it's a shame, sometimes the way that things can be misconstrued. And, well, now Archangel Michael, though, if you have a loved one that is ready to pass, or even at the time of your own, but Archangel Michael is the one that comes and actually carries
you
up right straight up to the light of God.
I call
Yep.
on.
Just-
Here's the list. I'll go down the list that I call on: Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael, okay, Sandalphon, Metadrin, Jophiel, Haniel, Azrael, Ariel, Askael, Barachiel, Raguel, Shamuel, Zadkiel, Melchizedek, and Archangel created by me and God, Maximilian.
You told me about that.
Okay? And I call on them, Athena and Uriel too. Oh, I'm sorry. Athena and Muriel. So that's a whole slew I call. And you see that list that's there? There's a whole nother slew that can go
Oh my
with
goodness, yes. Yes, and Raguel, this is important what I'm going to say. Okay, Raguel, no, this is very important what I'm going to say. He's the angel that really loves to help with any kind of a misunderstanding in a family, like if there's an argument or something like that with a loved one, especially this time of year.
Yes.
Many times people, they miss their loved ones because of some stupid argument or something like that happened. Call upon Archangel Raguel. Okay? Seriously. He helps with that and brings people back together again.
The greatest gift that you can give anyone if you're in a situation like that with a family member or is forgiveness.
Yeah.
If you can't forgive
Yes.
others, then you can never be forgiven. All right?
Good
you
point.
don't know how to forgive. And I don't mean forgive, oh yeah, I forgive them, and then start talking bad about them. I mean, you forgive them, and you never go down that road again.
And then you let it go.
And you let it go.
You release it.
The way to do that, I like to release when I go down to the beach. Or I go into the woods. I release negativity to nature. And nature will just swallow that up and dissolve it, dissipate it.
Or you
Okay.
could very simply even have a little candle and and light it and actually blow whatever you were feeling negatively about that person into a little toothpick and put it in the candle in the flame of the. I'm serious.
And just burn it.
Yeah.
Burn it.
I mean, that's like a way that you can have a little burning offering instead of having to have a whole huge fire and all that. I'm really serious. A lot of people don't realize that. All you need is a candle and a little toothpick.
Get quiet.
To release.
Get into a quiet little place. Get a little incense if you have it. You know, get some frankincense and myrrh. These were the gifts that were given to the baby when he was born. Frankincense and myrrh. All right, that was the Chanel number 5 and Gucci of the time.
Yeah.
All right, so
By the wise men.
by the wise men.
Yeah.
All right.
The kings.
Get those incenses, sandalwood. All these things are all earthbound. All right, and what you do is you burn them. You get real quiet. Get real quiet. Clear your head. Don't think about anything. Focus on your connection with your inner self and your direct connection to God. Okay, and call on your archangels. Even if you don't know their names, they will come. All right, so make sure you do that. Don't go through this walk the way God didn't mean you to go through this walk. Being a product of 3D, being nasty, being confrontive, okay? Being jealous, being hateful, being argumentative, being sarcastic. Don't go through life with those traits because it will never serve you. And if you do and you catch yourself doing that, all right, you catch yourself doing that, think of yourself as a computer, as a piece of, a megabyte of the God sense. And all you have to do is say, trash, delete, disempower that thought. And it won't go out and manifest. Remember the last 5 minutes before you go to sleep at nighttime and you're groggy, don't go over the events of the day because you're going to embellish them for tomorrow.
You know what's a good thing to do at night right before you go to sleep?
Pray.
Well, of course. But before even you start your prayers, just imagine a big, beautiful, fluffy cloud above you. And anything that's bothering you, anything that's worrying you, shove it all up into that cloud. Even people, if they're bothering you, put them in the cloud and then imagine the cloud floating up to the sun. Floats up to the sun, it disintegrates, it's all gone, you're
That's
free.
it.
And then you can soar like a bird.
Yeah, but see the people I want to put in that cloud, when it gets up about maybe up to the sun, push them off. That's just me.
Oh, why? Because they're not going to really disintegrate. You're saying push them off so they can, oh my God.
Well, you didn't like them in the first
No,
place.
that's negative. And then,
Okay. I didn't
then
mean
you
it.
say your prayers. Yes, you ask the angels to be there with you. They're going to be there with
Absolutely,
you.
absolutely.
Oh, they'll take you flying all over the place.
That's what I do at night. That's what I do my
Right.
healing as Claudia. I go to her at nighttime.
Yeah.
Healing. Been working on her mother. Her mother's improving greatly.
Oh, thank God. That's wonderful.
You know?
I'm very happy to hear that. I've been saying a lot of prayers for her mother. I'm really happy. Is she home from the hospital yet?
No, not yet. She's a woman like her who is leader of a household. you can't cage this woman. She's got energy, you know, that thing of a lion. You know, is she a Leo? I don't know, but she certainly acts like one. Okay, but if you take her and you put her into a rehab center, where once again she comes from a hospital into a rehab center, she's not going to excel. All right, she needs to come home and have a rehab guy come to the house.
I agree.
So she's around a family who love her, okay, and they get to have every moment with her, okay, from now until whenever God calls us
If
home.
families can do that, that's so important, you know? I mean, seriously, really.
It is.
For our loved ones. Years ago, many years ago, I mean, it just didn't happen. You didn't put somebody in a...
No.
Yeah. They stayed home. and
haunted your house.
No,
I'm
stop.
I'm just kidding.
Stop.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I would get rid of it anyway.
Why don't we, I think that it would be very nice if we offered a beautiful blessing.
A
Christmas blessing and a Hanukkah blessing.
Okay.
And yes.
All right, so give me a hand.
Okay.
Okay. All right. For all our friends out there and viewers that watch this show, okay, we wish you blessings on this holiday season. I hate using the word Hanukkah, and on this Christmas season, okay, all right, and for those who celebrate any other holiday at this time of year, you know,
Yule, Blessed Yule.
And what's the other one too?
Oh, I can never.
Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
And
I have a hard time remembering how to say it.
You know, the blessings be upon us all as we come out and all return back into the light, as this segment of our life goes behind us in the past and is written off, never to occur again. All right? That blessings and love abound from this day forward, from our family to yours. We wish you blessings and greetings of love.
Many, many, many bright blessings. Many bright blessings.
And so
Merry
it is.
Christmas. Yes, so it is.
So it is.
Amen. So
Merry
be
Christmas.
it. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Blessed Yule. And Happy Kwanzaa. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Now,
You forgot
could
Festivus.
What? Okay.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Okay. I thought you were serious. Tommy was like, oh, okay, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah,
Listen, thank
it
you
was on
for
Seinfeld.
viewing. You can see this show. All the shows are on YouTube, but under the show name. But you can also see it on Sunday nights on CTV and at 7 o'clock and on Spectrum.
Spectrum Channel 79.
Yeah.
And FiOS 35.
Yeah. Thank you. Many, many bright blessings.
Good night, all.
Good night.